We have in this video this inequality and we need to find the solution for it. Before starting to do this, it's good to remember is when we have A is less than B, for instance, A is less than B or less than or equal B, and C is positive number, when we multiply both sides of this inequality by C, we have A multiplied by C, and here B multiplied by C, and the same sign here will stay as it, no change. But when we have C is negative, that means C is less than 0, A times C will be greater than or equal B times C. So these two cases are main things we have to remember before starting to solve this inequality. It depends on the existence of the variable x here. As we have variable x here, and when we need to multiply both sides of the inequality by 2x minus 1 to eliminate the bottom here, so we have to consider these two cases. The case when this could be positive and the other case when this could be negative. The first case we will consider when 2x minus 1 is positive. This is the condition we have to put in our mind before starting to solve. And after we finish from this case, we again consider the case when this is negative. Now we will start with this case. As the inequality said, x plus 1 divided by 2x minus 1 is less than or equal x plus 3 divided by 5. We need to multiply both sides now by this bottom to eliminate this from being in the bottom, to make it, there's no fraction, I mean. By making this multiplication, we got that here, let me write 2x minus 1 multiplied by this side, and also on the other side 2x minus 1. Here x plus 1 divided by 2x minus 1, and here x plus 3 divided by 5. As we put the condition here, this quantity is positive. That means multiplying by positive will not change the sign of inequality. That means this sign will be written the same, will be written like this. Okay, this is the first case we have to study and discuss. Now there's cancellation. We can do cancellation. 2x minus 1 here will be cancelled with 2x minus 1 and remain here just x plus 1. And the other side, there's now 2x minus 1 multiplied by x plus 3 divided by 5. Also, this number 5 in the bottom, we can eliminate it by multiplying both sides of the inequality by 5. Here, by multiplying by 5, it will be cancelled from here, and here will be have 5. So, to remove the brackets, just multiply 5 by x, that's mean 5x, and 5 by 1, that's mean 5, is less than or equal. Here, 2x by x, that's mean 2x squared. 2x by 3, that's mean 6x. Then negative 1 by x, that's mean minus x, and negative 1 by 3, that's mean negative 3. Simplify this result by putting all the terms in one side and the other side is 0. So we can put 2x squared. Then when you move 5x to this side here, 6x minus x, that means 5x. When we move 5x to this side, they will be cancelled together. That means no term have x. And we still have this 5 moved here, it will be negative 5, and already we have negative 3. That means we have negative 8. This will be here 0. That means all these quantities is bigger than or equal 0. So I will write it like this. This the inequality in the simple form. Even here you can make dividing on 2. So we have x squared minus 4 is greater than or equal 0. So to solve this inequality, you can consider the equation, which is derivative from this inequality. This equation, x squared minus 4 is equal to 0. And find the solution for this equation, which is x minus, can be factorized to x minus 2 by x plus 2 is equal to 0. That's mean x is equal to 2 or x equal to minus 2. So now we got two values for x. After this point, we can draw the real number line. The real number line, when we draw it like this, put here negative 2 and here positive 2. You see now the real number line divided into 3 parts or 3 intervals. The interval from minus 2 to plus 2, and the third interval from 2 to plus infinity. We will study the sign for each part of these 3 parts. For each factor, the first factor x minus 2 and the second factor x plus 2. These two factors are the same factors here. If we write this as factor 2 multiplied by each other, x minus 2 times x plus 2 is greater than or equal 0. So we will study the signs for these two factors. Okay? This line to separate them. x minus 2 is equal 0 at plus 2. So we put here 0. Before this 0, it will be negative. And after it will be positive. After 2. You can make sure by getting any number in this interval, this one or this one, or all this one, any number, like number 1. 1, put it here. So 1 minus 2, that's mean negative 1. So that's why it's negative. Take any number from this interval, like a 3, and put it here instead of x. 3 minus 2, that's mean plus 1. That's why here we wrote plus. And the same thing we will do for the next factor. This factor is equal to 0 at the point negative 2. Here we under negative 2, in front of this we put 0. Before this it will be also negative, and after this it will be positive. Also, to make sure this is correct, we just get any number here, any number in this interval, like negative 3. Make substitution here, negative 3 plus 2, that's mean negative 1. That's why we put negative here. And take any number after negative 2, like 0 or 1. Here, if you put 0, 0 plus 2, that's mean plus 2. That's mean positive. That's why we wrote positive here. After we finish from studying the signs of each factor, we will see now the result of multiplying these two factors together. The result for these two factors, x minus. We said here it is 0. So here is 0. And also here 0. 0 multiplied by positive will give me 0 again. So the first interval, what's the sign for the result of multiplication? Minus times minus, that mean will be plus. So in this interval, which is here, negative by negative, it's positive. So this is positive. For the next interval, here is negative, here positive. So negative times positive, it will be negative. So here negative. The third interval, positive times positive, it will give me positive. So this is the result of the multiplication sign. Now we will determine what is the solution we can get. As the inequality said, this will be is greater than or 0, is greater than or 0, that means positive. Positive, we will take the intervals which are positive, here positive and here positive. So we have two intervals. This interval, which is positive, and this interval also positive. And in addition to this, we have also not only positive or equal to 0. So when it's equal, so this will be considered as belongs to the interval. That means the interval is closed from this point. And also this will be considered belongs to this interval. So it's closed from this point. Now these 2 points together give me the answer, but there's condition. Don't forget the condition. What was the condition we have? The condition said this will be, the condition said 2x minus 1 is positive. This condition, if we try to solve it, to put it in the simplest form, will give me, here move negative 1 to the other side, it will be positive 1, then divide on 2. So this will give you x is greater than 1 over half. 1 over half. So this condition, you should consider it when you write the final answer. So here, as we got these two intervals, we will just get part of them, not all of them. The part which is coincide with the condition. X is greater than 1 half. Where is 1 half? 1 half is here. 1 half is here. So we will get all the parts which is coincide. See? The part which is coincide with this condition is just this part. So we will ignore this part. So the final answer for this inequality in this case is X belongs to from the interval from 2 plus 2, I mean, 2 plus infinity. This is the answer for this case. This is number 1. The case number 1. We will discuss again the same situation, but with condition this is not positive, the condition when this is negative, which will give me X is less than 1 half. We'll discuss this right now. So the second case, we will write, consider two x minus 1 is less than 0, which will lead to x is less than half. This condition, we will take it in our consideration when we write the answer for this case. And as we have this inequality multiplying by 2x minus 1 for both sides to eliminate it from the bottom. So we have this multiplied by x plus 1 divided by 2x minus 1. And here also 2x minus 1 multiplied by x plus 3 divided by 5. What the result of this condition? So this inequality will be reflects into greater than or equal. That's the result of this is negative. And the result from this multiplication will give me x plus 1. And here also still 5 here. When we multiply both sides by 5, so we can write here 5 to eliminate from here. And here just 2x minus 1 multiplied by x plus 3. And we will repeat the same as we did in the first case. Okay? Here will give me 5x plus 5 is greater than or equal 2x by x, that means 2x squared. 2x by 3, that means 6x. Then negative 1 by x give me negative x, and negative x by 3 will give me negative 3. After then we simplify this inequality by moving all the terms in one side. When we move those here, 5x here will move in negative here, so will be cancelled with all these, and the number 5 will move here to negative 5 and will be the total negative 8. So the two terms remaining are 2x squared negative 8. In this side, 2x squared negative 8. This side is 0. You see, this is less than or equal 0. So we write less than or equal 0. And we start to look for the solution for the simplest form of the inequality. As we did, just divide by 2. You got x squared minus 4 less than or equal 0. Then start times x plus 2 is equal to 0. After then, x minus 2 is equal to 0. That means x minus 2 is equal to 0. That means x is equal to, and x plus 2 is equal to 0. That means x is equal minus 2 or negative 2. So we have two numbers. I will represent them on now the real number line. Here positive infinity, here negative infinity. And the two numbers we got are negative 2 and plus 2. So the three intervals we got, first one negative infinity till minus 2, then negative 2 to plus 2, then plus 2 to plus infinity. And again we study the sign for the two factors, x minus 1 minus 2 and x plus 2. After then, we see the result of multiplying x minus 2 by x plus 2. According to this result, we know that x minus 2 is equal 0 under this number, here 0. And x plus 2 is 0 under this number. And the sign for this will be here negative, here positive, and the sign for this one is here negative and here positive. Like negative 3, put it here. Negative 3 minus 2, that's mean negative 5, that's why it's negative. Take any number here, like plus 3 minus 2, that's mean plus 1, that's why we wrote plus. And we did the same with the other one. So now the result here is 0, and here is 0 again. So the multiplication for these two together, negative by negative, that means positive. Negative by positive will be negative. Positive by positive, it will be positive. That the inequality we're studying is less than here. The form after simplifying, this form here is less than or equal. That means the negative or equal 0. The negative or equal 0 is this interval. So this is the solution for this case. But what about the condition we wrote? The condition said x will be less than 1/2. Will be less than 1/2. So we take this in our consideration. This is 1/2 here. 1/2 is here. So the answer will not include all this interval, but will include the part of it. This part here this part, which is the part is less than 1/2. That's mean in this side of 1/2. So the conclusion for this is we can say it as the condition is x less than 1/2. So the answer, x belongs to the interval starting from -2 here till 1/2. The interval starting from -2 so the answer is x belongs to the interval starting from -2 and till x is less than 1/2. Less than, that means it's open at 1/2. It's closed at -2 because there is less than or equal. That's why this included in the answer. That's why we put it's closed here. So these are the two cases for this inequality, which is different from the other inequalities we solved in the previous video. So be careful when you have any inequality has variable in the denominator, I mean in the bottom, and need to multiply both sides for this variable. You have to consider the two cases, when it's positive and when it's negative, because this affects the sign of inequality. I hope you understand all this what we said about this and how to solve this. Thank you for watching. Hopefully we'll see you again in the next video. Bye bye now.